Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from third group, and now we want to present about reporting intercorporate investment. So, before that, let us introduce ourselves. My name is Alivia Berinda Putri. My student number is 20190420268. And my partner is Dwi Hapsari Ramadhani, and her student number is 20190420267. Okay, let's start the presentation. Cost method investment reporting. The cost method is used for reporting investment in equity securities when both consolidation and equity methods reporting are inappropriate. The cost method is also allowed for consolidated investment. The cost method is used when the investor lacks the ability either to control or to exercise significant influence over the investor. The inability of an investor to exercise either control or significant influence over an investor may result from the size of the investment, usually at common stock ownership levels of less than 20%. That is to illustrate the cost method. Assume that ABC company purchased 20% of XYZ company's common stock for $100,000 at the beginning of the year but does not gain significant influence over XYZ. Okay, we can see investment in XYZ common stock in debit, cash in credit, record purchase of XYZ common stock, dividends receivable in debit, dividends income in credit. Record dividend declared by XYZ company $20,000 times 0.20 and we get the $4,000. Next, declaration of dividends in excess of earnings since acquisition. A special treatment is required under the cost method in situation in which an investor holds common stock in a company that declares dividends in excess of the cumulative income it has earned since the investor acquired its stocks. Liquidating dividends example. We can see to illustrate. An investor company records its 10% share invested dividend as income in 20x1 because the income of investee exceeds its dividend. In 20x2, invested dividends exceeds earning for the year, but the cumulative dividends declared since January to 20x1, the date investor acquired investee stock, do not exceed investor earnings since the date. Therefore, investor again records its 10% share of the dividends as income. By the end of 20x3, dividends declared by investors since January to 20x1 total $310,000, while investor incomes since that date total only $300,000. So, from investor point of view, $10,000 of the 20x3 dividend represents a return of capital, while the remaining $110,000 represent a distribution of earnings. Investor share of each amount is 10%. Next slide. The entry to record the 20x3 dividend on investors. Acquisition at interim date. The acquisition of an investment at other than the beginning or end of a fiscal period generally does not create any major problems when the cost method is used to account for the investment. In this situation, the investor must estimate the amount of the investor earning for the portion of the period during which the investor held the invested stock and may record dividend income only on that portion. Equity method investment reporting used for external reporting when the investor exercises significant influence over the operating and financial policies of the investor and consolidation is not appropriate. May not be used in place of consolidation if consolidation is appropriate. Its primary use is in reporting non-subsidiary investment. Okay, next, Hapsari Ramadhani.
Okay, let's move to another slide about equity method. Equity method intended to reflect the investor changing equity or the interest in the investee. And then the second one is the investment is recorded at the initial purchase price and adjusted each period for the investor share of the investee profit or loss and the dividends declared by the investee. Here we can see the summarized about the net income, net loss, dividend declaration by the investee company and how it is affect the investor account. So the first one is net income. If the investee gain net income, the investor accounts will be income from investment and then increase investment account. And if the investee company gain net loss, so the investor will record it as the loss from investment and decrease investment account. And if the investee wants to declare a dividend, the investor will record it as the record asset, cash or receivable, and then decrease investment account. We move to the use of the equity method. Based on AAC 323-1030, equity method can be used for reporting investment in common stock of the following company. The first company is corporate joint ventures. This is a small group of business where none of which owns a majority the joint venture's common stock. So all of the stockholders here hold the same amount of common stock. And then the second is company in which the investor voting stock interest gives the investor the ability to exercise significant influence over operating and financial policy of that company. And we move to the recognition of net income. This entry, equity accrual, is normally made as an adjusting entry at the end of the period. If the investee report a loss, the investor recognizes its share of the loss and reduce the carrying amount of the investment by the amount. We can see from the illustration here, assume that ABC company acquires significant influence over XYZ company by purchasing 20% of XYZ common stock for $100,000 at the beginning of the year. So the first step we can do is record the purchase of XYZ company. The recording will be investment in XYZ company, debit, and in credit the cash. Total amount is $100,000. And additional information here we can see XYZ report income $60,000 for the year, and ABC record its 20% share of the XYZ income in an account called income from XYZ company as follows. In debit, it is investment in XYZ company, and in credit, income from XYZ company. Both hold the amount of $12,000. $12,000 we can get from 60,000 times with 20% or 0.20. And then we move to the recognition of dividend. Dividend in the equity method is different from income because in income is recognized as the investee earns it, and dividend are not. Example. The ABC company owns 20%, and then the XYZ declares $20,000 dividend. So the ABC company will record the dividend as dividend receivable $4,000 and investment in XYZ company $4,000. 4,000 we can get from $20,000 times with 20% or 0.20. And then we move to comparison of the carrying amount on the investment and investment income under the cost and equity method. So investment income under the equity method gained $12,000, and from the cost method it just gained $400. So it is different between cost and equity method. And then we move to acquisition at interim date. No income earned by the investee before the date of acquisition may be accrued by the investor. And then we move to changes in number of shares held. It is difference between purchase and sales. We will explain about purchase additional shares first. If the equity method was being used to account for shares already held, the acquisition involved adding the cost of the new shares to the investment account and applying the equity method from the date of acquisition forward. And then, new and old investment in the same stock are combined for financial reporting purpose. And we move to the sale of shares, treated the same as the sale of any non-current asset. First, the investment account is adjusted to the date of sale for the investor share of the investee current earnings. Then, a gain or loss is recognized for the difference between the proceeds received and the carrying amount of the shares sold. If only part of the investment is sold, the investor must decide whether to continue using the equity method or to change to the cost method. And we move to consolidation method investment reporting. In consolidated method, the reporting will be consolidated net income equals the parent net income, and retained earnings equal to the parent's retained earnings. So this is the overview of consolidation process. The first one involves combining for financial reporting the individual asset, liabilities, and equity as the single company. And normally it is appropriate when one company referred as the parents control another company. It is referred as the subsidiary. Subsidiary that is not consolidated with the parent is referred to as unconsolidated subsidiary and is shown an investment on the parent's balance sheet. The consolidation worksheet facilitates the combining of the two companies. Certain accounts need to be eliminated in the consolidation process to avoid double counting. The consolidation process will be explained more deeply by the next group in the next season. So here's the summarize about the ownership level. If we have 0 until 20%, we can be called we held insignificant influence, and we can use cost method. If we have 20 until 50 stock, we can be called hold significant influence, and we use the equity method. If we have 50 until 100 shares, we can be called we held a control over the other company, and we can use equity, or we can use cost method, or we can use consolidation. Okay, that is all from our group. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.